Good morning, everybody. How's everybody doing this morning? I was running a little bit late this morning. I was scrambling to try to get everything up and running. Did get into the 9 o'clock trade. Took a short right here at 18,529 and then got out at 18,5 1650. So it did take a winner. Sorry I couldn't get that on stream. I was just trying to get everything up and running, and I had to reload some stuff on NinjaTrader, so apologize for that, guys. Wasn't really expecting much. Thinking today was going to be a, pretty slow day because of the long holiday weekend. All right. Yeah, I had something happen in my Ninja, which is kind of weird, and I can't really put my finger on it. Actually trying to reconfigure it right now as we speak. Trying to get it ready for the 6:30. I'm sorry, the 9:30 open. Actually had to start Ninja when I came in this morning, and it wiped out some settings that I had with my trade copier, so I'm trying to redo that right now.
Order submitted. Order submitted. Order canceled.
It's kind of weird. Give me 1 second, guys. I'm trying to get this thing fixed. And I just realized that when I was talking, I don't think I was showing my chart. Let me get that fixed too. Give me 1 second.
Order submitted.
Okay.
Order canceled.
Okay, anyway, so I'll show this in the meantime while I work on the other stuff in a second. So the 9 o'clock trade took a short right here. Hopefully now you guys can see my screen. You see the chart. Couldn't see it before, I don't think. Got in short right here, right at the 9 o'clock at 18,529, and then it closed out at 18,5 1650. So it was a 50 tick winner. Now I need to get this thing fixed. So bear with me, please. Okay, I need you guys' help on something because I lost my configuration. Hopefully somebody wrote it down. Do you guys remember what the settings were for the stop loss and take profit for the different time frames? I know the 3 a.m. was 49 and 150. You guys remember what the, or did somebody write it down for the 9:30? 9:30 was 100 and 100? Okay. And you guys remember what the 9 o'clock was? No. Okay. I think it was 50 and 100. Yeah, 50 and 100 for the 9. And then the 8 o'clock. Yeah, I think the 8 a.m. was, let me see. I think the 8 a.m. was 50-50. Let me double check that. Yeah, I think that's what it was. 50-50 for the 8 a.m. one. I'm not really sure. Yeah, okay. It is 50-50. All right. Yeah, Joe, for which time frame? Because everyone is different. The 9 and 9:30? Yeah, give me 1 second. Okay, so for the 9 o'clock, it's shorts only for 9 o'clock. And as far as levels go, I mean, it depends on where we're at right now. So as the levels are determined at the day, during the day. So let me just go over this real quick, and then I'll show the setup, in a second. But for 9:30, it's long only. Okay. Give me 1 second. I need to test something real quick.
Order submitted. Order canceled. Order submitted. Order canceled. Order submitted. Order canceled.
Okay. Give me 1 more second.
Order submitted. Order canceled. Order submitted. Order canceled.
Okay. So if we're looking at the 9 o'clock trade, what I was looking for is right here. See all this consolidation? If I was to draw a line right here, you see how price basically bounced off of here, here twice, Here it peeked through a couple times, didn't make it, and this bar kind of broke through. That's my line. So when this bar, which is the 855, closes below these this area here, which is basically this support level, once it broke below here, then that gives me the short entry. Okay? And then once this bar opened, I got in at 18,529, which is below 18,537. Okay, Joe, can you see that? So you can create like a little zone here if you want, like between, let's call it even 30, between 35 to 40, like a 5-point zone. And then if you close below that zone, that gives you the short entry. If you're above it during that time, then you won't have the short entry. So if price would have stayed above 855. What do you mean 855? You mean 535 or 537? You're talking about the 8:55 a.m. candle. Okay. So, well, no, because my machine's locking up for some reason. That's weird. You guys will probably see a pause or saw. So here we let me do this. Okay. So here we are at 850. Okay, we already drew this line. So we know that we need to break below this line, close below this line for us to give us the short entry. So this bar right here, 855, closed below. If price was staying above this line and not closing below by the time 9 o'clock hits, with the current market conditions as they are right now, we don't get a short trade. So if like the next candle, for example, would have closed up here in this area, like because it opened up here, right? So if it was meandering and let's say it couldn't close below this 537 and it closed anywhere above, especially, I mean, if it closed up here, forget it, it's definitely out. But let's say it closed up here at like, I don't know, let's say 545 or 550, somewhere around there, then we still don't have a setup to go short. Does that make sense, Richie? Okay, good. All right, so that takes care of that.
Order submitted.
Just putting in a test order, make sure that that's all working. So like currently speaking, let's say right now we were looking to take a trade on the opening of the next 5-minute bar, 5-minute candle, which is like almost 3 minutes away. Okay. So you can see we had some consolidation here and we're trying to break above it. Like it went down, right? So we have this price went down here, came back up here, consolidated a little bit right here, went up, came back down, right? Now it's basically doing some kind of a, well, we can call this thing a pullback, but we're still trying to get away from this consolidation because this wasn't a clean move. So we would draw a line somewhere around, let's say, here, like the 17 area. Right here. So if price closes above, like if this bar closes above, that would give us a long signal, which means that on the opening of the next bar, we would take this long. Do you see that, Vegas? And then we're basically trying to target somewhere in this area, right? Because we think price is going to go back up here. And also remember what we said about big, giant, oversized candles that happen for our quote-unquote setup bar. We always expect a little bit of retracement. So it depends on how this closes, okay? So let's just say, for example, that we were actually going to take the trade on the next bar, all right? So as of right now, we have a long setup, okay? So at the opening of the next bar, we're going to take this thing long. Okay, I don't have any parameters for this, so let's just go with like 50 tick target and 100 tick stop. We'll just pretend, all right? We'll play this. So we've got just about another minute, so we'll let this thing play out. Let's see what the 1 minute chart's doing. Yeah, the 1 minute chart's, moving upward. It's, making higher highs and higher lows as it's progressing up, looking to target this consolidated area. So we have to keep in mind, say, okay, once we get in, do we have enough room within our target to clear this area? Because if not, we're probably just going to hit a brick wall and then reverse. So we need to keep an eye on that. So this area is around 556. So if we go back to our chart here, so if we get in here, 556 will put us right around here. Okay? Let's call it 557. So let's just draw a line here at 557 right here. So this will be our target. Okay? So we got 10 seconds and this bar is, we're still closing above here, right? So we have a long. So the bar just opened and look at what happened. Remember what I said, we got to be careful for an immediate pullback. This thing immediately pulled back 20 points. So we would have been stopped out instantly the second we would have gotten into the trade. You guys see that? So that's why you got to be really super careful. So we got just under, a little over 4 minutes till the market opens. We'll see what happens. I got to say, I'm a little bit sketchy on taking a trade today.
Connection lost.
This price action is kind of, yeah, and my Ninja Trader's acting up too, so I don't know what's going on this morning. Keep an eye on this.
Order submitted.
Yeah, I'm going to have to restart my Ninja Trader. I just had an exception error, so I got a problem.
Order canceled.
All right, give me 1 second, guys. Yeah, I'm going to have to restart my Ninja Trader. All right. While this thing's going, let's see who's in the room this morning. We didn't get a chance to say good morning to everybody. All right. Richie, I've already spoken to you. Good morning. Joe, good morning to you as well. Miguel, good morning. Mitch, good morning. Let's see who else is in here. We'll talk to you guys. Beth, good morning to you. And Trader Hawk, good morning to you. Corey, good morning. All right, let's see if this thing's going to... The market's going to open in less than a minute here. Not the best of time to try to load my charts. But it is what it is. Let's just see what happens. Yeah, and of course it saved nothing. All right, market just opened. If I can't get this thing up and running and saved in time, probably will not trade this thing today. All right. Let's try this again, shall we?
Order submitted. Order canceled. Order submitted. Order canceled.
Okay. The market is pushing down. I mean, if this keeps doing and stays in this level right here, we're not going to get a setup anyway. So So back to this consolidation area, that's kind of keeping us, giving us an idea of where we're at. And then this bar right here, remember we have this pullback, this bar up here closed down below here. So this is our area. So if we stay below here, anything below, I don't know, let's call it like like 490 to 495. Anything below here, we're not going to get a trade.
Order submitted. Order canceled.
Yeah, this thing is pushing down. I mean, the size of this candle already is like 82 points. So even if this thing does do any kind of retracement, I'm absolutely not taking this trade this morning. So even if it does come back and sets up or whatever, I'm not taking it. Just saying right now that the way that I'm reading this, I have no desire. Because if it's going to push down 80 points and retrace all of it back, which it's already done like 30 points of it, it already has retraced 30 points since where it started to peak. So when the market's this erratic and we're getting this kind of crazy price action, if we look at the 1 minute, so I mean it looks like it's still going to continue to push down. We've got 10 seconds. Let me pull up the 5 again. As you can tell, so when this next bar opens, I would expect this thing to probably pull back like it's doing right now. Nope, it looks like it's going to continue. Anyway, we didn't get a signal anyway. But with a big giant candle like this, I would expect some sort of pullback and retracement. But not... wasn't interested to begin with. So anyhow, guys, that's it. Did get the 9 o'clock trade this morning and also the overnight. Did get, it's freezing again. Boy, this thing is just locking up on me. Did get the overnight trade during the London Open. So it was a long. I got in long right here at 18,573 and got out at 18,585. So 12.5 points, 12.75 points for a nice winner here. And then as soon as it got me out, price just took off. I don't know what happened during the overnight. But anyway, so that's it for this week, guys. It was a short week for me because I wasn't here Monday, and tomorrow we're not going to be here. So yeah, it was a very short week for me. Thanks for joining me today. I hope everybody has a nice long holiday weekend, and happy Easter to those of you who celebrate on Sunday. And we will see you guys on Monday. All right. So if you're going to keep trading today, be safe. And we will catch you guys all on Monday. Thanks again, and have a good one. We'll see you.